critical part of America's foreign policy objectives, and we do all of this with less than 1% of the national budget. I have been so incredibly proud of the work that I and my teams have accomplished working on USAID programs, and I am honored to use my voice today to support USAID. We are so lucky to live in a country where the government was created for the people, by the people. And I will not be silenced, you will not be silenced, so let me hear you. Thank you so much again. And now it is my honor to present members of Congress and other speakers. Let's hear for them. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank all of you for coming. I'm proud to represent the great state of Maryland, the United States Senate. So first, let's give it up for Isabel and all the patriotic Americans who helped organize this rally. And I want to hear it loud and clear. Hey, hey!
Hey, hey!
Ho! Elon Musk has got to go because this... Ho, ho! Elon Musk has got to go! Ho, ho! Elon Musk has got to go! Because this is about taking back our country and doing it now. Make no mistake about it. Elon Musk's effort to a gift to China, it's a gift to Russia, it's a gift to our adversaries around the world. Putin's cronies immediately put on X Musk, end quote. So this is not America first, this is America in retreat, and we are not going to retreat from American values.
No, we're not.
So it has nothing to do with government efficiency and everything to do with something that's going to harm our national interests. In fact, if you talk to American military leaders, they will tell you that AID is an essential and cost-effective part of our overall foreign policy and national security strategy because AID makes us safer here as we save lives around the world. AID helps make us safer by providing greater stability in very combustible parts of the world. AID supports our values by helping democracy movements around the world. And AID fights disease around the world, which not only saves lives around the globe, but helps prevent them from spreading and killing Americans right here in the United States of America. So, getting rid of AID makes us all less safe. It is also downright illegal. You know, I looked at the Constitution again the other day, and it's pretty clear that presidents are not kings. They don't get to decide to cherry pick the law. This is not like a la carte. The law is the law, and President Trump needs to obey all parts of that law. And Elon Musk, he may get to be a dictator at Tesla, and he is trying to play dictator here in our nation's capital, but he does not get to ignore the law, and we need to shut down the Musk operation. Now, some courts have already put a hold. They have temporary restraining orders on some of the other illegal actions taken by the Trump administration, like freezing important resources that flow to communities and very important priorities in our communities. And I am confident that we will also see the courts put an end to this illegal action with respect to AID. And make no mistake, what's happening in AID is just the test case. Is just the test case for what they want to do throughout the government, which is they want billions billionaires to take over the process. And so you're right, we should have no business as usual in the United States Congress. And Senator Schatz and I have said no Trump appointees to the State Department if they don't reopen AID. So this is part of a much bigger plan. Make no mistake, it's part of a bigger plan to replace hardworking federal employees who are sworn to uphold the Constitution, to replace them with Trump political cronies. And the end game that they want to secure is once they get the keys to government, they do want to provide huge tax breaks and big giveaways to the wealthiest in America at the expense of everybody else in America. Are we going to let that happen? No! Hell no. So I will end with this. We are witnessing in real time the most corrupt bargain in American history. Elon Musk contributed, paid over $250 million to help elect Donald Trump. And now Donald Trump is turning over the keys to the Treasury and the rest of the federal government to Elon Musk. We need to end this illegal power grab, and we are going to do it now. We are not going back. Thank you all for being here. And now let me turn it over to one of my great colleagues.
First of all, any Virginians in the House? So, Chris, thank you. We were just at banking 10 minutes ago because in talking about the fact that America's reputation is based upon rule of law, it's based upon the ideas that nobody is above the law, and we all ought to be concerned. There's banking committee that you've got folks we don't know anything about looking at potentially all of our personal information, all of the money flows that go out of Treasury. The banking committee needs to bring up the Doge folks who are illegally in Treasury and have them testify. So, you know, I'm really proud of my activities on the Intelligence Committee, and Tim's on the Armed Services Committee. The national security of America is not simply based upon who's got the most tanks and guns. It is based upon our reputation. It is based upon the great work that AID does. We've got to make sure, and Tim has said this more eloquently, whether it is the folks who've been furloughed or the people who are taking potentially Trump's illegal buyout offer, which there is no funding for at all, to think twice. We've got to make sure we get the AID workers back, get AID reopened, because as Chris said, where this is being celebrated right now is Beijing. It's Beijing. And until we can end up not letting China into this spot, we're making America less strong. And look at who we are voting against and standing up against. Tim, take it.
Okay, do you guys want to hear what we're doing to stop this? Right? There's a litigation strategy, a state court strategy, a legislative strategy in Congress, and a political strategy, right? So let us start with the fact. Let us start with the litigation strategy. You have seen us succeed in numerous court cases in the last few days, and we're going to win a whole lot more court cases. There is a coordinated effort that we are all involved with, 5 different kinds of lawsuits against this administration that we're very engaged in, and here are the 5. Suits to protect federal employees, including USAID employees. Suits to protect fundamental constitutional rights like birthright citizenship. Suits to protect the power of the purse. Monies allocated by Congress cannot be stolen by a president. They have to be used in the way they were allocated. Suits to stop private parties from rampaging through federal agencies, private parties like Elon Trump, Elon Musk. I called him Elon Trump, I'm sorry. Freudian slip. Finally, suits to stop mass deportation and unfair treatment of people based upon where they are come from. These are going on right now because of these members of Congress and organizations around this country, and Donald Trump is going to get tired of us winning so many of these lawsuits. That's number one. Number two, in states with Democratic governors, you see Democratic legislatures and governors standing up against these unlawful actions. In Virginia, we have a Republican governor who won't stand up. And guess what? We've got 2 Democratic houses in Virginia, and those houses are standing up. So reach out to your state legislatures and tell them they can help in this too, and they are. Third is in Congress. We've got both legislative opportunities, nominations, but in the next 6 weeks, there is a budget battle in Congress, and Democrats will use our tools in that budget battle to stand up and make sure we get this stuff stopped as part of getting a budget done between now and the 14th of March. Finally, the Republicans are going to put a bill on the table. A bill on the table to give tax breaks to the wealthiest. Why are they wanting to shut down USAID? It's not that they really oppose the mission. They're grabbing money. They want to grab money from forcing federal employees to retire and shrinking the federal workforce. They want to grab money by not giving grants to organizations like the Child Fund, headquartered in Richmond, that's been doing international aid work for more than a century. Why do they want to grab the money? They want to put tariffs on products from other countries, which are taxes on everyday Americans for the goods that they buy. They're grabbing the money so that when they put a tax bill on the table in the next 6 weeks, they can give it all away to Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and other rich folks, and we will not let them do that. These are battles that are happening right now. We have a coordinated strategy, but I've left out the last piece, the political one. We are where we are because we lost a presidential election and we lost 2 houses in November. We have a lot more tools in majority than we do in minority. I'm very happy in Virginia because the first big race that's going to show America what it thinks about a new Trump term is the governor's race in Virginia in November. If you are here and you're a Virginian, in that opening round, let's show the American public a right direction to counter the wrong direction. So for those of you who say you want something done, I'll go back to it. States, courts, Congress, politics, we need it all. Thanks.